Good afternoon, everybody. It's time for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. Spokane Steve here. Get my protective Mookie covering out of the way there. Yeah. Let's see if we can. That looks pretty good. You could notch it that way a tad, huh? Trying to get the alignment, you know. Okay, first things first. Well, first we got a game today. That's the first thing. It's May 31st, 1966, San Francisco Giants at Cincinnati Reds. The second of a short two-game series. The Reds won the opener. In fact, the Cincinnati Reds are on a 5-game winning streak. But they'll have a tall order to make it 6. As they're going to be facing Hall of Famer Juan Marichal, who had a fantastic season in '66. And in the replay so far, he's 7-3 with a 2.11 ERA. 5 complete games, 3 of them are shutouts. He's just been amazing. Right-hander Sammy Ellis will toe the rubber for Cincinnati. Ellis is 2-5 with a decent 3.88 ERA, 9 starts, 2 complete games. And a happy Wednesday to Robert, Razor, Mike, Steve May, Frank, Franklin. Yeah, the underachieving Giants. The most underachieving team in either league, you'd have to say, to this point. In the American League, both the Angels and the White Sox underperforming, but nothing quite like the Giants, who are a full 10 games off their real-life pace. That's right, 19-26. At this point in real life, they were 29-16. They are in 9th place, just a half a game ahead of the last place Mets. Hard to believe with this squad, it really is. And it does also go to show you, just, you know, in a small sample size as Strat-O-Matic, these kind of things certainly are possible. I have to break away at 5 Eastern. I have a draft going on right now. And we have assigned time zones, assigned timed picks, I should say. And it's my toughest draft because this is the league where you cut back to 15 and draft 20. So it's tough. The usage is tough. Cutting back to 15 is tough. We are in the, third round right now? I had the second overall pick and took Jackson Chourio. I also took pitchers Spencer Arrighetti, Hayden Birdsong. Who's that guy from Minnesota who I took? David Festa. And then I took another twin, third baseman Brooks Lee. So I have a list. It should only be a brief interruption to the game. Hello, David Cadwallader, and hi to Bill. Frank, absolutely. Throw it right out there. Hello, Bob Merrow. In the draft I'm doing Saturday, the Natural League, I have another draft as well starting that day. Yeah, so for about 5 or 6 hours, I'm going to be doing 3 drafts at once. That's going to be a mind-numbing day for me. But in the Natural League, I have the first overall pick, so I'm going to throw it out to you guys and see what you think. The overwhelming number 1 pick is Paul Skeens. Normally, Jackson Chourio goes second, although I did see Merrill go second once. I'm actually thinking about taking Chourio ahead of Skeens with the first overall pick. So my question for you guys is Skeens or Churio? And here comes Frank's trivia question. How many times did Ron Say hit 289 or higher? Let's see, Razor. I'm in 5 leagues and 1 retro. Sorry, 5 leagues in the Windows version, 1 keeper league on the Strat-O-Matic 365, and then 1 retro league in the computer game. Yeah, I'm a busy boy. Okay, here's the Giants lineup for today's game. Yeah, I like him too, Frank, but we're talking about the first 2 picks here, which are easily the first pick. It's Skeens or Churio. There's no way you take Jackson Jobe. He goes around 9th to 15th in these drafts. But if you were drafting in that range, absolutely. Okay, here's the Giant lineup. Tito Fuentes at second base. Jim Davenport is at shortstop. Willie Mays, of course, in center, bats third. Willie McCovey in the cleanup spot, first baseman. Jim Ray Hart's at third. Cat Peterson is in left field. Tom Haller, the catcher. And Ollie Brown in right round out the lineup with Marichal hitting 9th. And here's Ellis now. No one has a guess on Frank's trivia question yet, which is how many times did Ron Say bat 289 or higher? Bill, is that a bowling question? Well, then the answer would be Mookie Betts, wouldn't it? I was going to say never. Yep, good job, Razor. He never hit 289. He was a modern day player, really. He'd fit right into today's game. 3 true outcome. Walked a lot, power, struck out a lot. Hello there, SS. Okay. Again, I have to take a break here in about 27 minutes, so we'll get in as much as we can before a short break. Here's Tito Fuentes to lead things off. He's at 257, 3 homers, 15 RBIs, switch hitter batting left-handed. Sammy Ellis gets the sign from Johnny Edwards, and we are underway on a 1-3. Grounder down to first. Coleman has it. He'll take it himself, and here we go. So far, only 1 vote for the draft. Perry says always take the bat. Here's Jim Davenport. He leads the club in batting at 316. Just 79 at bats. This is his 27th game, and he has 1 homer and 9 RBIs. Ellis into the windup. That's a 3-9 right-handed, and he bangs that one into left field for a solid single. So Davenport aboard with 1 down. And here comes Willie Mays. Mays hitting 283, 13 home runs, 30 RBIs. The 13 home runs, second in the National League at the moment. Ellis working from the stretch. That's going to be a 3-10 right-handed. It's a hard smash to third. Helms has it down to Rose for 1. On to Coleman, double play. And the side is retired. No runs a hit, nobody left after half an inning. It's San Francisco, nothing. Cincinnati riding a 5-game winning streak coming to bat. I've been wondering about it all year, Franklin. Here's the Cincinnati lineup. Tommy Helms leads off at third base. Pete Rose at second. Vada Pinson is in right field. Gordy Coleman at first base. Art Shamsky will play left. Tommy Harper is in center. Leo Cardenas, the shortstop. Johnny Edwards catching, and Ellis hitting 9th. One thing's for sure, looking at the defensive ratings, the Reds certainly a better fielding team. That could be one of the Giants' sore points. They're great in center and right, and in left when Alou is out there. The rest of the team defensively, not so much. But they've got bats, and they have really good pitching, too. That's another thing. Okay. Where is that league stats thing? Let's go to the grand totals. They're third in the league in ERA. They just trail the Dodgers and the Pirates in pitching. So certainly the pitching isn't letting them down. Here's Helms now. Helms will lead it off for the Reds. He's hitting .276, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs. Marichal gets his sign now, and here's the windup and the pitch on a 4-8 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Helms. Marichal came right after him. Marichal, as we mentioned yesterday, in real life, he won his 10th game of the season in this ball game against 0 losses. And here's Pete Rose now. The switch hitter hitting .292, 2 homers, just 8 RBIs. Batting lefty against Marichal. The high leg kick, the pitch on a 4-9 lefty. Rose goes the other way with it and lofts a fly ball into left field. Peterson ranging over and grabs it for out number 2. Here's Vada Pinson now. Pinson at .288, 4 home runs, and a team-leading 24 RBIs. Marichal into the windup. 6'10" left-handed is a grounder to short X. Tough chance for Davenport. A 3E31, Davenport ranging behind the bag. On an 8, error range. 7 on a 31, this could be trouble. And he boots it. It'll be an error on Davenport. And there you go, we were just talking about that. The Giants fielding. So Pinson aboard as a star 15. Let's check the battery now. Marichal with a 0 hold. Heller 0 arm. And the Giants will hold Pinson on at 13. With 2 down and on offensively challenged squad, they're actually going to try for this. 2 through 7 for the lead. 8, he does not get it, and here's the next pitch to Gordy Coleman. On a 3-7 righty, 2-star single into right field, and Pinson all the way around to third. 2-out rally for the Reds. And the batter will be Art Shamsky. Hello to Gerald. Essentially, Franklin, you're correct. Art Shamsky steps in from the left side, hitting just .162. He does have 4 home runs. Marichal trying to get out of the inning now. Here's the pitch to Shamsky. On a 2-7 right-handed. He walks him and the bases are full. So the error by Davenport opened the door. And now Marichal facing Tommy Harper with the bases loaded and 2 down. Harper's season has been a struggle. 11 for 87, okay? That's a 126 average, and he's still looking for his first home run. Marichal checks the runners. Here's the windup and the pitch to Harper on a 1-9 right-handed grounder to second. Routine for Fuentes to McCovey, and Marichal gets out of it unscathed. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. There was an error. And we're scoreless after an inning. Hello, Rick. How you doing? It's a Wednesday, a beautiful day in Spokane. Sunny, 53 degrees. This can't be February, can it? This isn't the treasure, is it? Willie McCovey will lead off the second inning. McCovey hitting .283, 9 home runs, 19 RBIs. Ellis gets the sign from Edwards. And here's the windup and the pitch to Willie Mack on a 1-12 grounder second base. Rose has it and tosses to Coleman for the out. That'll bring up Jim Ray Hart. Hart, the leading hitter on the team at .298. Davenport at .316, but with not enough at-bats to qualify. Hart, 9 home runs, 25 RBIs, second to Mays in that department. And here's the pitch from Ellis. On a 2-7, he loses him, ball 4. So Jim Ray Hart jogs down to first. Ellis with a +1 hold. Edwards a 0. Hart, not a star stealer, no threat to steal. And the batter will be Cat Peterson. And hello to Ben. Welcome. Peterson is 1 for 32. That's all I'm going to say. 1 for 32. Ellis out of the stretch. 4-7 righty fly ball into center. Can of corn for Harper. And there's 2 down. Honestly, I'm not sure why they weren't playing Alou more. Well, he only had 370 at-bats that year. Must have been a reason for it. Damned if I know what it is. And here's Haller. Tom Haller at 192, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs. Ellis out of the stretch. Pitch to Haller on a 5-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First K for Sammy Ellis. And that will do it for the Giants in the second, and we're still scoreless. And hello to Larry. If I may have said that before. I already don't remember. See what I mean? I did the same thing in my draft today. I had my player picked. It was Birdsong, and I got to the point, and then I couldn't remember his name. My pick came up, and I'm thinking, who the hell was I going to take? I sent the commissioner a short email and said, maybe I'm getting too old for this. Leo Cardenas, Edwards, and the pitcher in the bottom of the second. Cardenas hitting .232, 4 homers, 18 RBIs. Let's get the right pitcher up there. Let's get Marichal on the mound, huh? That's what we all paid to see. Here's the windup on the pitch to Cardenas. 6-8 righty, grounder down to third. Jim Ray Hart, strong throw to McCovey. And there's 1 down. Just does nip the speedy Cardenas on that play. And here's Johnny Edwards. Edwards at .221, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Left-handed hitting catcher. Marichal, the high leg kick and the pitch on a 1-8 righty, pops him up. Left side, Davenport calling. And he'll grab it for the second out. That'll bring up Ellis, the pitcher. Right-handed pitcher, but left-handed batter. Yeah, he's one of those guys. And here's the pitch on a 1-10. He struck him out. Not surprising at all. Ellis looking completely overmatched there by Juan Marichal, and we're through 2 in a scoreless ball game. And here's Sammy Ellis once again. Ollie Brown will start off the third inning. Ollie hitting just .202, no home runs, just 4 RBIs for Ollie Brown. And here's the pitch from Ellis. 112 righty, and he hits him. Brown, hit by the pitch, will jog down to first. Brown, no threat to steal. Marichal up. A B bunter. Early in the game, I'm going to let the die decide. Inner back, They will pull it in. So Marichal is C with the infield in. He's also a 4 hitters card with N power. He's going to swing away. Here's the pitch to Marichal on a 6-8 right-handed grounder to second base X. This could be 2. Rose a 2E17 to his left. He's got it. 4. He throws down to Cardenas for 1. On to Coleman. Double play. Nice play, Rose. And you know, maybe I should have had him bunt. 2 down, and here's Fuentes. Ellis into the windup. 6-9 left-handed, fly to straightaway center. Harper goes back a bit and pulls it in to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no one left. And greetings to Mike, who's entered the room. Mike Sports Time Machine, of course, with his own fine Strat-O-Matic channel. Be sure to check that out. Yeah, it is, Bob. A C isn't really, C is average. It's not that bad of a bunter. I was kind of dissuaded by the infield in there. And thought, well, with N power, and let's face it, Ellis, he does have a dinger problem against righties especially. I stand by that decision. It didn't work out, but I'd probably do it again. Top of the order for the Reds as we go to the bottom of the third. Helm struck out his first time. Marichal, the big leg kick and the delivery. It's a 1-7 righty. Right in the heart of his good column, he pops one up to center field. May's waiting for it to come down, and it pops into the glove for the first out. Here's Rose, started that fine double play in the top of the inning. Here's the pitch now from Juan Marichal on a 2-7 righty. He flies one into center. Ranging over is Willie Mays. He makes it look easy as he puts it away for the second out. And that'll bring up Pinson with 2 down. He reached on an error in the first. Marichal working quickly now, gets the sign and fires in there a 5-5 lefty. He tops one down to right of first. McCovey has it. Underhands to Marichal covering. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Juan Marichal. We've played 3 innings and we are scoreless. Excellent, Rick. Yeah, it really is a good channel. And tonight will be Yankees 78 season debut versus Rangers. Guidry and Matlack, 2 fine left-handers, pretty much at the top of their game still at that point, I think. I know Guidry was. I think Matlack was in his prime, too. Only Perry answered my question, so I'm going to throw it out there again. And there's Meisterjäger. Not much so far, Meister. We're scoreless through 3. You're in a draft league. Paul Skeens or Jackson Churio. That draft is Saturday. I'll probably ask the question again over the next couple of days. Giants will have Davenport, Mays, and McCovey in the 4th. Six, 7 right-handed. It's a double to 10 on the 14. He'll settle for the long single, and Davenport with his second hit of the day. In fact, he has both of the Giants' only hits. +1, 14 not being held. He needs a 5 for the lead. He's out on a 12. He's going to try for it. No, he's not going to try for it with Mays at the plate. Usage. For this league, it is 110%. But it's a keeper league. Keep that in mind. Mays bounced into a double play his first time up. Ellis out of the stretch. That's going to be a 4-4 right-handed. A grounder to shortstop X. This could be 2. Again, Cardenas, a fine fielder, 2E16. And here's the play on a 15. And sure enough, it's Cardenas to Rose to Coleman. And that's twice that Willie Mays has bounced into the twin killing. That'll bring up McCovey with 2 out and nobody on. Ellis into the windup. 4-10 lefty. He flies it into left field. Lifts it the other way. Drifting over is Shamsky. And that'll do it for the Giants in the 4th. Churio's a 2 in right with a good arm. But look at his first and second half batting numbers. And keep in mind, he's only 20 years old. Originally, I thought Skeens was a no-brainer. I've tracked 15 leagues on draft sites. 15 out of 15, Skeens has gone number 1. But yet the 2 guys who I respect the most in all of my leagues, both of them write for Baseball America, I asked their opinion, and they both said they would take Churio. One of them said he's basically Ronald Acuna in the making. I don't follow the young players nearly as well as I used to. In my younger day, I was pretty sharp on these things, but I just don't see them enough, or I guess read enough these days. Bottom of the 4th in this one. Gordy Coleman has the only Cincinnati hit of the day, a single in the 1st. Marichal into the windup. That's going to be a 3-9 right-handed. Struck him out. 3rd K for Marichal. And here's Shamsky. Shamsky walked his first time up. Marichal into the windup. 2-4 righty, and he loses in ball 4. Shamsky walks for the second time today. Shamsky very patient today, showing a good eye. And here's Tommy Harper. Harper, with what on the surface looks like a good card, and I'll say it again, he came into this game at 126. I don't even know how to do that, Mike. Put a space or something in there to fake it out. You know what I mean? Shamsky at first one down, Marichal from the stretch. It's a 3-6, and he walks Harper. Wow, back-to-back walks by Marichal. That's 3 walks issued by Marichal. Very unwan-like. And the batter will be Leo Cardenas. Yeah, me too, Franklin. That's what I mean. Marichal getting the sign. Now full windup. 5-7 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout there from Marichal, his 4th. And with 2 out, the batter will be Johnny Edwards. Pitch to Edwards on a 6-6, fly ball to center, can of corn for Willie Mays, and the side is retired. 2 walks, nothing else, 2 left, and we're scoreless after 4. About 5 minutes from now, I'll have to break away for a few. Another good crowd on hand today. I want to thank you so much. Yeah, exactly, Franklin. That was around the time I was really following things. And we all knew Nomar was something when he was still in the minors. I know who the like the top 15 or so are in this draft. But after that, a lot of these guys, I'm thinking, who is this guy? Did I even see him? I got to look him up. Jim Ray Hart to start the fifth. He walked his first time up. Ellis gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Hart on a 2-5. He bangs the base hit the other way into right field. Leadoff single for Hart. No threat to run, and here's Cap Peterson. Peterson now 1 for 33 on the season. God, I gotta look at it now. He hit 237 in 190 at-bats. So no, he wasn't great, but I mean, 1 for 33? That seems almost statistically, well, I was going to say impossible. It's certainly statistically improbable. He was way overpaid. Well, fortunately, Ben, I don't have to pay him. That's my worry, Mike. Yeah, these days, pitchers are a risky proposition. And that goes for all of them. From the stretch now, the pitch to Peterson on a 1-11, grounder to White of first. Coleman has it, and he flips to Ellis covering as Hart moves into second. So Giants with a runner in scoring position and 1 down. And here's Tom Haller. Haller struck out in the second. Ellis checks the runner. Now the pitch, a 4-9. It's a high fly ball to right field. Back goes Pinson. It's off the wall. And Hart's going to come in to score on a double by Tom Haller. The Giants strike first. They lead it 1-0. Oh, they have a tremendous system, Franklin. I mean, their list of young players. What do you think of that Kobe Mayo? Here's Holly Brown. He was hit by the pitch his first time up. Ellis with the windup. It's a 1-4 righty. Grounder to short. Cardenas has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. And with 2 out, the batter will be Marichal. I don't... Ben, I hate to disagree with you, but I kind of don't think that sports players have much to do with... They have a small effect, but it's a minor effect on the larger inflation picture. I would say what's far more of a factor is monopolies. Here's the pitch to Marichal. 1-8, he struck him out. And down go the Giants. They did get a run, however, on 2 hits, leave a man. And they take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th. I suppose the advertising does come into play. I don't have any problem with what they make myself. To me, I've always said it's funny that everybody complains about athlete salary and nobody says crap when Tom Cruise gets $60 million to make one film. Ellis will bat here in the bottom of the fifth. Good pitcher's duel here today. He struck out his first time. Marichal with a 4-3 right-handed, and that is going to be a base hit. Sorry, 4-3 left-handed. That's still going to be a base hit into center field. And Ellis has just the second Cincinnati hit of the day. How about that? But anyway, in this world, we're in 1966. When the American dream was still alive and well. Here's Helms 0 for 2. Marichal out of the stretch. That's going to be a 3-4 right. He pops him up left side. Hart makes the play, and there's one away. Good point, Razor. Here's Rose, 0 for 2. Marichal comes in there with a 5-10 lefty. Fly ball to right field. That's going to be Brown tracking it down. And there's 2 away. And after this inning, I'm going to have to check in on my drafts. We'll take a short break. I might get another half inning again. We'll see. Pinson 0 for 2. Marichal, runner takes his lead. Pitch to Veda on a 2-10. It's a single to 1, but on the 3, that liner is speared at second base by Tito Fuentes. And that will do it for the Reds in the 5th. No runs to hit, 1 left. Marichal, a 2-hitter through 5. And I'm going to take a look at the draft now, see if I'm up. Not quite. One guy is sitting on the clock. Okay. I see who was taken since I looked last. Only 2 of them were on my list, so that's pretty good. Sammy Ellis ready to go to work in the 6th. Top of the order for San Francisco. Tito Fuentes 0 for 2. Pitch from Ellis is a 3-5 righty. Grounder second base. Routine play for Rose, who throws over to Coleman, 1 down. That'll bring up Davenport. 2 for 2 today. And here's Sammy Ellis' pitch. It's going to be a 1-9 right-handed. That is a swung on and missed, strike 3. So Ellis finally figures out how to get Davenport out, and with 2 down, here's Willie Mays. Well, we can say one thing. He can't hit into a double play this time. Ellis gets the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch. That's a 4-5 righty. Grounder to short X. Cardenas again. X plays 2-16. On a 16, he makes a fine play and throws him out, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Giants in the 6th. Okay, and now we will take a short break while I get ready to make my pick here. I put all these guys here. Where's my list? Oh, here it is. Okay. two guys I had my eye on, and they're both there. Still need pitching. I think I'm going to go with Ben Brown. As always, I check the latest news to see if he injured himself in spring training or something. Yes, sir. That's who it's going to be. Ben Brown, right-handed pitcher from the Cubs. So I had I had 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks, the other extra picks acquired through trades. Brown was my 4th-round pick. I've taken 6 players, 4 of them pitchers, and I need pitching. After the Churio pick, my main objective was to get pitching. There's 24 teams in this league. This is also my biggest league. And you cut back to 15. This is a tough league. And it's all net play, which is a lot of fun. That's the main reason I joined this league. Yeah, it's a big league. For some reason, it's not going in. Why isn't my pick going in? Hang on a second. I thought I put it in there. This is probably another one of these GD computer issues. Okay, the Mudhens finally picked Kevin Newman. Really? I remember Newman. He wasn't on my radar. He's not a young guy. Okay, this isn't working for some reason. I'm going to take him. Sorry, guys. I'm going to use the restroom, and then we'll see if this goes in or not, and we'll get going. Alrighty, we're just about set. I'm trying to see what my next pick is. I have 2 fifth-round picks as well. The first one's scheduled at 4:05 Pacific, 7:05 Eastern. And this pick still hasn't gone in. What the hell am I doing wrong here? It was working before. I put it in the list. Okay, wait, I think I got it. Thanks for bearing with me. There we go. Okay, I got him. Ben Brown. Sorry about that again. Thanks for bearing with me here. We've got a good one going here in 1966. Giants lead it 1-0 behind the great Juan Marichal, and the Reds will send up Coleman, Shamsky, and Harper in the bottom of the 6th. Marichal into the windup. It's a 3-5 right-handed, and he ground ball through and into center field for a single. So Gordy Coleman's 2 for 3. Just the 3rd Cincinnati hit of the afternoon. Not a star stealer, but he is the 13. Need to roll a 7 to get the lead. Shamsky with excellent power against right-handers. He's going to hit away. He's walked twice. Marichal out of the stretch. It's a 6-3 left-handed. Fly to left field X. That's going to be a tough chance for Cap Peterson. A 4E6 ranging towards the gap. It is a 19, and it's a single 2 stars. And there it is again. That ball should have been caught. Generous scoring on the part of the scorer. All the way to 3rd is Coleman. And Marichal does not look happy. And Harper, Tommy Harper, who rarely hits into double plays, the Giants are going to bring the infield in here. Harper 0 for 1 with a walk. Marichal ready to go now. Checks the runner. Pitch to Harper on a 5-8. Grounder to second base X. That's Fuentes. Infield in 3E37. Here's the play on a 7. He makes the play with the infield in. We've got a ground ball C. Let me double check this. Batter is out. Runner on 3rd holds, and the runner on 1st goes to 2nd. Infield will remain in for Leo Cardenas, now 2nd and 3rd 2 down. Marichal gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch, 6-7. Grounder shortstop. Davenport has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. So the infield in prevents a run. And it will be up to Johnny Edwards, thinking momentarily about walking Edwards and facing Ellis. But the Reds might hit for him, and then you've loaded the bases. Marichal thinks he can get Edwards out. Here's the pitch to Edwards on a 2-11, base hit into center. 1 run will score. The ball game is tied. Shamsky can try to score 12-14, but Mays with a -4 gun, 1-10 to take the lead, and with the pitcher due up next, they're going to go for it. 1-10. Willie's throw to the plate, and he is gunned down. Oh my goodness. Mays showing off that arm. And Shamsky is out at the plate, and that'll end the inning. The Reds tie it up, a run on 3 hits. But the infield in, combined with a tremendous throw by Willie Mays, keeps the game tied. Holy cow, what an exciting inning. Ellis now entering his second endurance inning, second inning of potential fatigue. And it will be Willie McCovey to start things off. McCovey 0 for 2. Ellis staring in to get the sign. Here's the windup. The pitch to McCovey's a 4-3 left-handed. It's a fly to right field X. That's Pinson out there. Pinson ranging towards the line. 2E14. On a 7, he makes a nice running catch for the out. I would say he did have a temper, Franklin. Yes. Hart 1 for 1 with a walk. Ellis into the windup. 4-3 right-handed. That's to right field X. And it's Pinson again. 2E14. Pinson coming in hard. Here's the play on a 9. Error range. 11 on an E14. And he just does get there and makes a nice shoestring catch for the out. Nice play, Pinson. Pinson in right field today. He's been mostly the center fielder for the Reds so far. But they're glad to have him in right field today. And with 2 outs, here's Peterson. Ellis for the 5-9 swung on and missed strike 3, and Peterson's pathetic struggles continue. 1-2-3 go the Giants in the 7th. As we stretch for the 7th, we have a 1-1 tie. What a duel today. Oh my goodness. That's a good point, Ben. Choose your weapon. And now let's take a look at Mookie the Wonder Cat here. Oh, sure, his usual place of late. For some reason, avoiding the top rung, he likes that one. I don't know why, other than he has a better view of outside from there. That one's just a little bit too high. He can look down. I can tell you one thing, there are no birds out there today, because if there were, he wouldn't be laying that still. He gets all excited when the birds come out there. And we've had some lately, birds that is. Yes, sirree, it's the Mookie Cam. Brought to you by Kalinsky Auto Parts. See if anybody gets that one. He can. He can fit up there. He's a cat. Now in a 1-1, oh my goodness, now what do we do? I think we've got a hit for Ellis. Tie game, bottom of the 7th. Ellis rated 6 for endurance. They've gotten 7 out of him. Let's see what the Reds have in the pen. They used Balshin and Davidson in real life. Yeah, they're going to go to the bench. You need all the hitting you can get against someone like Marichal, don't you? Let's see who it's going to be. They used Perez and Pavletic in real life. What the heck? We're going to send Tony Perez up there. I don't think he's played in a while. Okay, so we can close the book on Ellis. He goes 7. Lefty Ted Davidson will be coming on for the Reds. Balshin also down there. Ellis would pitched a fine game in his 7 innings, just 4 hits and 1 run. Walked just 1 and hit a batter. And struck out 4. Razor with a trivia question. How did the 7th inning stretch come about? This is a very good question, Razor, and I have no idea, but I'm certainly anxious to find out. Oh, was it because of Taft? Yeah. My buddy and I in junior high, we used to call him Taffats. I looked at a picture of him recently, and I'm thinking, man, our definition of obesity has sure changed a lot since those days. Of course, we're at the age now where most of us are getting a little wider in the middle, myself included. Okay, let's check out Perez's stats now. Perez, 18 for 77. It's a .234 average. He has just 1 home run so far for the youngster. Marichal into the windup. That's a 3-5. Struck him out. Down goes Perez. Better luck next time, kid. And here's Tommy Helms. Marichal into the windup. 1-9 right-handed. And that's going to be into the gap for extra bases. It's a 6. Helms rounds and scoots into second with a 1-out double. Reds threatening here in the bottom of the 7th in a tie game. Fatigue for Marichal, of course, not an issue. He's a 9. Not surprisingly. But here comes the best hitters on the Reds. Pete Rose with Veda Pinson on deck. Rose 0 for 3 in this one. Marichal checks the runner. Now it comes in there with a 1-8, and he drops a base hit into center field. Helms rounding, 13. But Mays with a -4 gun, 9. They're going to put the brakes on him at third base. So the Reds with runners at the corners and 1 away. And Veda Pinson coming to the plate. Did Taft win the first Nathan's hot dog eating contest? Is that true? Now you're making me hungry, Ben. Oh, man, I'd kill for a Nathan's right now. Pinson 0 for 3. Let's check his card. Looking for ground ball A's as always. This is tough. 2, 8. Looks like 12. That's not many. Giants will bring the infield in. Marichal out of the stretch. The pitch to Pinson on a 6-3 left-hander. It's a fly to left field X, and it's Peterson again. Peterson ranging to the gap. A 4-6. Here's the play. It's the error range. It's an 11 on an E6, and he makes the catch. On the play, however, Helms tags up and scores, and the Reds take the lead on the sac fly to left. Give Pinson an RBI. And with 2 outs, here is Coleman. Marichal with the pitch. That's going to be a 6-4 left-handed fly to center field, X. This should do it. Mays a 1E8. Going back, still going back, and he hauls it in to retire the side. The Reds get a run, however, on 2 hits and leave a man. After 7 complete, they lead it 2-1. And it's more of the same for the Giants. Marichal pitching a dandy. And he's on the short end of it right now. Give me just a moment to grab my coffee. I'm going to need to warm that one up a little bit. Okay, Ellis is done. And the left-hander Ted Davidson coming on for Cincinnati. And we've got a trivia question from Bill here. Between Gil Hodges and Ted Williams, who was the Senators' manager? So let's see, that would have been 1968. God, I'm stumped. You got me with that one. For a minute, I thought Frank Howard, and I thought, no, wait a minute, he was still playing. Okay, Davidson on the year, 2-1, but with a high 5.91 ERA, just 21 innings of work. It'll be Haller, Brown, and Marichal's spot. So this is going to be a tough call. We may have to hit for Marichal. I welcome any opinions on that. What would you do? Marichal due to bat third here in the 8th. They trail by a run. Would you hit for him? Haller 1 for 2 with a double. Davidson, the lefty. The windup on the pitch on a 3-6 struck him out. Yeah, you almost have to, don't you? Here's Brown now. Davidson into the windup. That's a 3-9 left-handed, and he walks him. And Marichal being called back. Now we have a base runner. And they will indeed send up a pinch hitter for Marichal. Marichal deserved a better fate, betrayed a little bit by his defense today. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. He walked 3 and struck out 3, 4, 5. Frank Lindsay throwing in the Giant bullpen. And let's see what we have on the bench. Could be a Lou. Probably will be. Boy, not much else there. It will be a Lou. So Jesus Alou steps up to the plate. Runner at first, 1 down. Let's take a look at Alou's numbers on the season. Alou hitting .205. Still looking for his first home run. Just 7 RBIs. Davidson out of the stretch. 6'8" right-handed, and that is going to be a 2-star single into right field. All the way to third goes Brown. So Alou comes through off the bench, and now the tying run is at third base. Go-ahead run at first. We'll keep Alou out here. And Tito Funnies will come up and turn around and bat right-handed against Davidson. How are the Reds going to play this now? Tying run at third, they have to bring it in. Infield in. Davidson checks the runners from the stretch now. The pitch to Tito on a 2-10. He pops him up left side. Cardenas waving his arms. And he makes the catch big out number 2. It's all up to Davenport now. And still no one's got the question. Davidson checks the runners. Pitch to Davenport on a 4-8, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Ted Davidson gets out of the jam. There's nowhere to really put Alou in. No runs, a hit, 2 left. And Frank Lindsay, normally the closer, if you will. They didn't use that term then, but the stopper. Anyway, Frank Lindsay will come in. Shamsky, Harper, and Cardenas due for the Reds. Let's take a look at Lindsay's numbers. He's 0-1, but with 7 of the team's 8 saves and has not allowed a run in just 7 innings of work. Not an earned run anyway, excuse me. He has allowed 2 unearned runs. Well, that figures, doesn't it? That's probably how he got his loss on unearned runs. His namesake 120. Okay, I gotta get involved in this. Someone already guessed Severs. Jim Lemon. I had to cheat. I looked at my 59 card set on the computer. Good question, Bill. Okay, Lindsay's on. Shamsky's been on all 3 times. Single and 2 walks. Lindsay into the windup. 1-8 right-handed, and he bangs a base hit into right field just past the outstretched glove of Fuentes. And how about that? Shamsky's been on all 4 times today. We certainly needed enough clues to finally get it. Here's Tommy Harper 0 for 2 with a walk. Lindsay working from the stretch. 4-10 right-handed, grounder to third. Hart has it down to Fuentes for 1 to first, not in time. That'll be a 5-4 fourth. Shamsky erased, and Harper with blazing speed now at first. Star 18 Steeler. Lindsay with a -2 hold. Makes him a 16. He'll be held on at 14, and Cardenas the hitter. He's going to roll for it. 2 through 5, 11. 6, he does not get the lead. And here's the next pitch to Leo. 5-7, grounder to second base X. This could be 2. It'll be up to Fuentes. 3E37. Here's the play. On a 16, he can only get the play at first, and the runner advances. Still a nice play by Tito to knock it down and keep it on the infield and throw Cardenas out at first. The Reds now trying to pick it up here. Trying to pick up an insurance run with 2 down. And howdy, Al. Welcome aboard. Hello there, Joel. Here's the pitch to Johnny Edwards. So it's going to be a 1-7 grounder to first base. McCovey takes it. Race to the bag. McCovey's there first, and the side is retired. No runs to hit, 1 left on. We're through 8 innings. It is 2-1 Cincinnati. Billy McCool unavailable for this one. Mays, McCovey, Hart, and Peterson. Do they want to stick with the left-hander? Or are they going to bring in Notabart for the save? They're going to go to the pen. New pitcher for the Reds will be Don Notabart. And I'm not 100% positive of the pronunciation on that one. I think it's Notabart. Davidson worked an inning, gave up a hit, a walk, struck out 2. Notabart on the season. 1-1 with a save, 4.81. Heart of the order for the Giants. The luck's still holding true, isn't it, Franklin? Mays, McCovey, and Hart. So don't go anywhere, folks. Notabart completing his warm-ups. Willie Mays 0 for 3 today. Notabart gets the... Let's check the Reds defense. Sorry, I didn't do that. Probably not much we can do there. Yeah, they don't really have anybody who would help. Could put Johnson or Pavletic in at first. You may need those guys, and they're really not a significant improvement over Coleman. Okay, it's Notabart versus Mays. Here's the windup and the pitch from Notabart. That's going to be a 3-5 little comebacker. Notabart knocks it down, picks it up, and throws it over to Coleman. So a rough day for Willie Mays. And here's Willie Mack. Willie 0 for 3. Notabart getting the sign. The pitch to McCovey is a 1-8 right-handed, and he rips it over the first base bag and into the corner. McCovey rounding first, headed for second. Pinson gets it back in, and the tying run is in scoring position on a 1-out double by Willie McCovey. McCovey, not a good runner. Do you pinch run for him? I can't really take McCovey out of the game. Can I? Let's see if they have anybody over. Let's see who it would be. Okay, I'll put it that way. Landrum or Gabrielson are 14s. Gabrielson can play first base. Okay. I'm going with Razor and Joel here. Len Gabrielson's going to come in and run for McCovey. And if they can tie it up, he would stay in the game at first base. 1 through 14 out there at second with 1 away. Here's Jim Ray Hart. Notabart checks the runner. Pitch to Hart on a 4-3 is a grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Coleman. 4E24, and here's the play on a 12. It's the E range. It's an 8 on a 24, and he boots it. Error on Coleman, and the Giants get a break, perhaps. Their defense has helped the Reds out. Now the Reds' defense possibly helps the Giants out. First error for Cincinnati. Hard at first, he's a 13. That's good enough. Oh my God, and it's Cap Peterson. Okay. We gotta do something here, right? Peterson 0 for 3 on the day. Now 1 for 35 on the season. All right, that's it for him. They don't have a lot out there, but Landrum, is he any better? None of these guys are particularly good. Let's think about this a second. The one thing you don't want here is the double play. You want to get Haller to the plate. Peterson looks like he's got 6, 9, 11, 16, 19, 23, 28, 29 numbers of ground ball A's. Okay, that's it. He's out of there. Not only is he terrible, he's a frickin' double play machine. Okay, so it's between Landrum and Virgil. Virgil, a ton of ground ball A's. Well, there you go. There's your answer. Don Landrum will bat. And as a special added bonus, he's a left-handed hitter. Hart, the runner at first, not being held. You want to try the squeeze, huh? There's not much there. There's a Ozzie Virgil. It's going to be Landrum. The tying run at third. Reds pull the infield in. Notabart checks the runner from the stretch. Pitch to Landrum is a 4-12, and he walks him, and the bases are loaded. Boy, the Reds could really use Billy McCool this game. He's unavailable, however. Now the bases are loaded with 1 out and Tom Haller at the plate. Haller with about 15 ground ball A's. I'm thinking about this. Okay, I'm going to get some groans on this one, but if I'm the Reds, I'm pushing the infield back, hoping for the double play. They may tie it, but on an out, but they won't take the lead. And I hate the infield in with the bases loaded, I really do. Infield back, here's the pitch to Haller. That's a 2-6 right-handed, and he walks in a run, and the game is tied. Holy cow. What a finish. To second goes Landrum. Hart to third. Gabrielson scores. Give an RBI to Haller. And now the bases are still loaded, and Ollie Brown comes to the plate. Pitcher spot on deck. He just missed it, yep. They have 2 catchers on the bench, so we could, actually they have 3. Good grief. Giants carry 4 catchers. Ozzie Virgil comes out to the on-deck circle. Ollie Brown at the plate. Well, I'll tell you what, fellas. This is going to go extra innings because I've got a draft going on. There you go. That explains it. I'm just kidding, of course. Let's look at Brown's ground ball A's. There's 4, 9, 12. He's got a lot. Same strategy. They're going to play it back. Notabart pitch to Ollie Brown. It's a 4-8 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Oh my goodness. What a clutch strikeout there from Notabart. And now the Giants will have to bat for Lindsey. So Lindsey just goes 1 hit. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. And Ozzie Virgil will come up to bat. I vaguely remember Ozzie Virgil. Was he a coach or a manager? So here's Virgil. He hasn't played much. Just 1 for 5, all in pinch hitting role. Notabart trying to get out of the inning. Bases loaded. Runners on the move. 4-6. Grounder to short. Cardenas to first. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 2. That will be an unearned run as far as Notabart's concerned. And the Giants are going to need a new pitcher here in the bottom of the 9th. The Reds have the pitcher spot, Helms, Rose, and Pinson. And they're going to bring in Lindy McDaniel. The Reds got lucky, or you could say the Giants got unlucky again. And now it's the Reds who will have to pinch hit. for Nodabart. And Balshin, who pitched in this game in real life, getting loose. Let's see what they've got on the bench. Not much. Don Pavletic will get the call. Bottom of the ninth in a tie game. Boy, this has been a good one, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching today. This has been great. Let's see what Pavletic's done so far. 273, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. McDaniel ready to work now. Here's the windup on the pitch to Pavletic on a 1-6 single to 8, and look at that. On the 8, it just squeaks by hard at third. And Pavletic is aboard with a leadoff single. They're going to send in Dick Simpson to run for him. And both benches, not much left. Here's Helms. Helms 1 for 4. McDaniel from the stretch. 2-5 right-handed. 2-star single all the way to third goes Simpson. Hal Lanier scored 37 runs 4 years in a row. Infield has to be in. Rose is an A bunter. Bill says don't bunt him over. Yeah, no, I don't think I will. Two best red hitters up, Rose and Pinson. Infield is in. McDaniel's pitch to Pete Rose is a 3-11. Struck him out. Huge strikeout for McDaniel. Pinson with Coleman to follow. 1 away now. Infield in. McDaniel's pitch to Vada Pinson on a 3-9. Struck him out. Oh my. First and third, nobody out. McDaniel strikes out probably the Reds' two best players, Rose and Pinson. And now it's up to Gordy Coleman. Coleman 2 for 4 today. McDaniel staring in. Here's the pitch. 2-3. Base hit into right field, and the Reds walk it off. RBI Coleman. In to score is Simpson. And another tough loss for the Giants. Holy wow. I'm borrowing your line, Ben. Fantastic game. 3-2 Reds, the final. They did get Marichal off the hook at least. I'll have the totals here in just a moment. McDaniel takes the loss. He is 0-3 now out of the bullpen. Not a Bart. Despite giving up the lead, he ends up being the winning pitcher. He's 2-1. In his inning of work, he gave up a hit, 2 walks, and there was an error. He struck out 1. Player of the game, we've got a couple votes for Coleman. 3 for 5 in the game-winning hit. That works for me. Your Chief Spokane Gary player of the game is Gordy Coleman. The Reds end up with 3 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. The Giants 2 runs, just 6 hits and 1 error. And the Giants' struggles continue. Who would have thunk? No, he didn't. Thank you, Al. That was an unearned run charged to Nottavart. Out double. It should have been the second out. 2 walks and a K. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. That the computer game would have caught when I entered it, but better to get it right while we're live, right? Wow, that was a wild one. A lot of players used, a lot of substitutions. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys. Tomorrow we're going to have the Detroit Tigers at the Kansas City Athletics. Bill Monbouquet for Detroit, Fred Talbot for Kansas City. I believe, hang on a second. Remember, Talbot was leading the American League in earned run average. I'm just taking a look at it here real quick. I don't think he is anymore. Let's take a look at it. No, yeah, he got boxed in his last start. He's now 4th in the league in ERA. 2.15, though. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I love getting the input. I may not always listen, but I love getting you guys involved. Thank you, Franklin. Thank you, Razor. Thank you, Perry. Thank you, everyone. And I'm going to get out of here and see who's been taken in my draft. Probably have something to eat, so I'll leave you all for now and hope to see you tomorrow, same time. Take care, everybody, and have a great evening.